Hi, I'm Mark with Alliance Outdoor Lighting. Today we're going to be talking about our IT series of transformers and the red fault light that comes on. We'll talk about the most common causes for the red fault light and also how to diagnose that in the field. The two most common reasons that you're going to get the red fault light on the top of this transformer is one, this transformer has lost power for a period of time. This could be because of a power outage, but it could also be when you first install this out of the box. The second most common reason is there's a short someplace in the field in the wiring. We're going to talk about how to figure out which line that short is on. This is a transformer that we've just taken out of the box and plugged in. As you can see, the red fault light is on. This is totally normal. This happens because this transformer doesn't know where it's located in the world. Our IT series transformers use GPS to figure out the sunset and sunrise time off the location on your phone. So before this transformer's been connected to your phone, it doesn't know where it is. That's why it has this red fault light. When this transformer gets turned on and we open up the app, you'll see a warning that pops up. This is our fault code 16, and that's simply because this transformer doesn't know where it is. Connect to the transformer, turn the lights on, and that fault code will clear and everything will operate normally. Here we have one of our IT300 transformers. As you can see, the red fault light is on. The green light's on, which means we have power going to this transformer. The first thing that you want to do is open your Alliance IT app. As this comes up, you should see the transformers populate onto the app. If they don't, you're going to pull down in the black field. So here, there's several transformers that we have hooked up here, but if none of this came up, I would simply pull down in this black field and it would continue to scan. I know that we've named this transformer Test 300, so I'm going to touch where it says Test 300 and that's going to connect to this transformer. If this was a brand new install, and the reason that this red fault light was on was simply that this transformer had never been hooked up before, this would clear the red fault light. We deliberately tripped this transformer so you can see the alert code on here too, which is transformer output over current. This alert code will come on when there's a direct short. In order to clear this fault light from here, I'm going to have to unplug the transformer because this was caused by a direct short. So I simply unplug the transformer from the outlet, wait a few seconds, and then plug it back in. We've unplugged the transformer and plugged it back in. So as you can see, the fault light is now cleared, but we have to reconnect to this transformer. So again, I'm going to touch that Test 300 to reconnect to this transformer. You'll know that this is the transformer that you're connected to by the blinking yellow light where it says Bluetooth connected. This is very convenient. If you have several of these transformers in one location, this will help indicate which transformer you're connected to. From the main dashboard screen, after I've cleared the fault light, I'm going to turn the lights on. We have two of our BT fixtures here. These came on now because there's not currently a short on this transformer. I'm going to show you some of the common causes for shorts though. Wiring issues are the most common reason to have a direct short in the field. That could be a fixture that's not only miswired, but a small amount of this copper out of whatever wire connector you're using, touching, will cause this transformer to fault. I'm going to demonstrate that now by just touching these two wires together, and you'll see this transformer fault light come on and this transformer will turn off. As you can see, it doesn't take much to trip the fault light on this transformer. This is done intentionally to prevent problems and overloads on the transformer. Now I've left these wires connected together to show you what this looks like if you have a fresh transformer install and you go to turn it on and it trips immediately. This is most likely the cause. So when you turn the transformer on, if it immediately faults, more than likely you have a short in the field someplace. The easiest way to determine which line out of the transformer the fault is on is to remove these wires and then put them back in one at a time. So you can remove both sides or one side of the wire. I typically leave the commons in and remove the hot or the tap side, but it doesn't matter which way you do it. You can also remove all of the wires and add them back in one at a time. We've removed the hot side of these wires, so now we're going to add them back in. I like to turn the transformer on just to make sure that there's not a fault with the common lines. I'll turn the transformer off, and now I'm going to add these lines back in one at a time to see which one is going to fault. I'm going to tighten the lug down on this wire, and then I'm going to turn the transformer back on again. I don't get a fault light, and the transformer is running, as you can see by this light turning on. So I know that this is not the line that I have an issue with. I'm going to turn the transformer off again while I add the next line back in. Turn it back on. The transformer trips. I know that this is the wire that I have an issue with. From here I can go into the field and start to troubleshoot. Now that we've determined which wire has the issue on it, there's a couple ways to figure out where the problem is. The first thing I always like to look for is any place where that wire crosses either a driveway or a landscaping bed edge. Those typically tend to be the places that the wire is most likely to get cut or pinched, causing a direct short. If there doesn't appear to be an issue where it crosses a driveway or a bed edge, the next thing I like to do is start at the transformer and just walk down the line of where that wire goes. Oftentimes you'll see part of the wire sticking out of the ground, or you'll notice a connection that's bad at that point. If that doesn't work, the next thing to do is what I call the guess and check. If you have 10 lights on the line, disconnect the lights after the 5th light. Do this same process where you turn the transformer on, put that line in, and see if it faults. If the transformer does fault, then you know that your problem is between that 5th light and the transformer. If it doesn't fault, then you know that problem is between that 5th light and the end of the line. From there, you can keep hooking lights up until you figure out where your problem is.